evening. Hope everybody's doing well. I had a rattle in my mic earlier, so I hope I've gotten rid of it. I don't believe I hear it in my headphones. So if my audio sounds atrocious tonight, other than I can't speak, let me know. It sounds okay to me now, but I made a video earlier today of flying in a glider just around our hometown, and I posted it on our hometown group. And man, my audio sounded horrible. It was I was way overmodulated. I mean, it was nasty. Anywho, I think I dealt with it. Wow. I'll tell you what. I guess I'll cover some updates real quick that we've got, and then I'll get into news type stuff. Good news is, I see the light at the end of my project tunnel. So, that's a good thing. Man, I don't know why. I have no idea. That's probably some of the hardest I had in my life of just getting projects out of the way. And, normally I'm on it a lot more than that, but, I've about got them all done. Got the grow tent all in action today. It's going good, and so obviously I got the heater done. The heater's running now. We've been using it for heat because it's a lot cheaper. I've actually got it. I had to set it up. It's in the kitchen. Because if I set it up in this window with it right next to me, it just fries me out. I mean, that thing just is unbelievable. Right now, let me look at got my little remote here in my hand. I can't remember what I have it on. Okay, I've got it on 1.9 hertz. 1.7 hertz is the lowest it will go, and it'll go up to 5.5 hertz. I've got it on 1.9. Out of 5.5, just to give you a little bit of an idea. 1.7 is the lowest, so that thing is barely even running, and our home is warm. I mean, warm. It's insane. It is insane. I knew how good they were as far as, efficiency and stuff like that, but I really, truly did not have any idea that it was going to heat this entire home. And it's a small home. It's about 400 square feet, so it's a small home, give it that. But that one heater heats this entire place, and it is just mind-blowing to me. I can't even turn it up much because it'll burn us out of here. So, much better than I expected. I really didn't think it was going to put out that much output, but it does. And we aren't in, by the way, I need to add, it's a concrete block home. So slab, so there's no crawl space, there's no basement, it's just a concrete slab, block walls, and there's really not much for insulation as far as between the block and us. On the lower part, like the lower half of the walls, he's got a little bit of that insulation board stuff that's behind wood, but I don't know what you call that. But anyway, not much insulation here at all. So the idea that heater is able to do that good of a job blows my mind. And the thing that I see the most out of that is that will do a whole lot of people good, and that's what I get from that. There's all kinds of different stuff that people come up with to supply heat and stuff, and I'm not knocking any of them as long as they're safe. But there's a lot of people that they don't have a tiny house to heat. They don't have they've got something a little bit bigger than that. And so they need a solution that they can use, feasible solution that they can use, and it puts people in a rough spot, especially if you rent. And so that's why I was on a quest for the most efficient, best type of heat for somebody in like an apartment prepper type of position, because we can't just go throwing in wood stoves and stuff. I just think that's the way to go. But anyway, howdy, Major Payne. Thank you. God bless you as well. Yeah, other than that, news-wise, I haven't been quite as tuned in. Not only have I been busy getting projects squared away, but also there was one bit of news that had happened, oh gosh, I think it was the day before yesterday, or it could have been yesterday morning. Anyway, it's really been weighing on my mind. There's an air show incident down in Texas, and horrible tragedy. And I have saw two videos, two different vantage points of the incident, and I'm pretty sure I know what went on. I don't know what initially led to the issue, but I'm pretty sure I know what happened. Just because of just the way the guy was flying, I believe that it's easy to tell his intent, which clearly, was not to hit another aircraft, clearly. And it's just weighed on me, because it is, if I'm correct, it is just an unbelievably unfortunate incident, and not one that I would easily lay blame on anyone for. Not that I'm one to do that anyway, but so here's what I saw. There's a fighter called a Raider, and there's a B-17 bomber. And between the two videos, what I saw was the B-17 just, going along. And I saw right before the B-17 really got, close, I saw some fighters, single-engine prop fighters. I think I saw two of them go buzz through the sky. And they just buzzed through. And then, a few seconds or so go by as this bomber is coming in. And then all of a sudden, you see this fighter, this lone fighter, kind of, a high angle of attack, climbing. And then it looks like he just levels off just for a second. And then all of a sudden, he just stuck that nose right where he is intending to go. He stuck that nose, and it's pretty clear he hit full throttle or close to it. And I mean, it's horrid what happened. He literally flew straight into the back of the B-17, and it looked like it was at full throttle. I don't honestly believe that anybody on either aircraft have any idea what happened, and I honestly believe that. I'm sure that the folks on the B-17 had no idea what was about to happen. There's no way they would have. And the gentleman in the Raider, that B-17 was in his blind spot. And so I think what happened is, for whatever reason, he got lagged behind. I don't know what caused that lag, but for whatever reason, and then he got up there, and then I think what he was doing is he thought he was trying to avoid an incident by getting back where he was supposed to be. I think he was trying to avoid a problem and wound up causing the problem, simply because he did not see. There's no reason to go pointing fingers or blaming or anything with something like this. The most important thing that people can do is ask the simple question, what can we learn from this? What can we do to make sure that something like this never happens again. I think it was a very unfortunate series of events. And, woulda, coulda, shouldas aren't going to get anybody anywhere. Yeah, he should have looked around and accounted for all the aircraft that should have been in the air, because he should know that if he's involved in an air demonstration, he should be briefed on all the air activity as he's going through on his particular flight. You should be aware of all that. There should be no surprises for anyone out there participating in the event. It's horrifying for somebody that, and I'm just an ultralight pilot, but I mean it really kind of it weighs on me, and just to know just how unfortunate that incident was. It's sad. I hope something good can come from it. I hope that somebody can think of something that would prevent this from happening. I mean, I can think of a number of little simple things, but they could cause areas in other places. So maybe that's not the right answer, I would say in his case, once he is disoriented, I would say that pretty well the rule should be that you make account for everyone. You find everyone in the sky that you're supposed to be aware of before doing anything, before trying to catch back up, before trying to do anything. Make sure you account for all the other aircraft. But that's a given, and yeah, that should have been done anyway. Again, it's just unfortunate. It's not like you've got 10 minutes to think it out, and it's not like you got a chance to do it over. It's really a sad, unfortunate thing. Other than that, I don't have any particular news stories that I wanted to talk about tonight. Of course, it's Sunday, so I've got all the headlines from Friday that I'll be doing. And other than that, there's obviously a lot of stuff always going on. But I can't say that any one thing is particularly standing out more than the other. It seems like there's beginning to be a little bit more friction built up between the United States and China. I have noticed that, especially even in today's headlines alone. But there has been a build-up that I've noticed over the course of the last 2-3 days as far as China is concerned. Kim Jong-un, I can't remember where we left off. Of course, I'm sure you're aware that he's fired off several missiles, and I think he's fired off another one, or maybe I don't know. It'll be in the headlines. There was something that he said or did in the last few days. I can remember. I just can't remember what it was or which day. But the situation with Russia. Okay, here, let's back up. Let's talk about China for a second. I do have something I want to comment on this, because I thought it was very strange. And it's going to be in the headlines, by the way. And that is that China wants the conversation between Biden and Xi to be kept confidential. Why? Here's what I think. And I've said this before, I think there are nations that get sold out on the international stage. And I think two of those nations are going to be Iran and does it sound rattly to you, Hexafoost? Oh, shoot. Hang on. Wow. Is that a lot better now? That shouldn't have been that high. Hang on. Let me switch to the intro screen here. Check, check. Oh, okay, that's turned down quite a bit. Okay. Huh. Okay. Let me look up at the chat. Is that better now? There was my problem. I know you can hear me. For some reason my mixer got slammed all the way up. Do I still have a real bad vibration though in my voice, like a rattle? A real bad rattle? I've got a real crappy set of headphones on, man, so I can't tell. I had a problem earlier. I did a video for I just recorded a video of me flying a glider around town here, and put it up on our local page, and the audio just sounded so horrid. It was terrible. Yeah, I think hopefully I've got it. It's been a bit of an ongoing battle. I backed off on the mixer a little bit too, so sorry about that. So where was I? Oh, China and or Xi and Biden. So China wants this conversation be kept under wraps, and I'm not so cool with that. It sounds to me, as I was saying, that there are nations that are being sold out, and I think Taiwan is getting sold out. I think the United States is selling out Taiwan, and I think that Israel is another nation that has been sold out more than once, and I have a feeling that's going to heat up too. Israel and Iran, especially considering Netanyahu and what's going on with him. Of course, he was, Prime Minister, I don't know the exact position over there. And he had lost it after holding it for so long. He had lost it. And he'd been out for a number of years now. And they never could get a government working together or whatever over there. So, however it is their system's set up, he's back at back at bat. And there was an airstrike in Syria today, and I think that he is letting people know he's back. And I think that he is going to be relentless, and I have a feeling that you're going to see the invasion, the main attack on Iran very soon, very, very soon. So, because I don't think he's going to take any more chances, meaning Netanyahu. I think, and when I say any more chances, to me, in my opinion, I think that's what he's got his heart and mind set on, is destroying Iran. And, I just think that he realized his political mortality, if you will, when he was ousted. But I don't think he's going to mess around. I think he's going to take any opportunity he can get to go directly after the head of the snake. Other than that, here I said there was nothing that stood out to me. Oh, man. I did make a mistake. I did the judgment call before the show. This is my first coffee. And I was like, I only, drank a little bit out of it. Because otherwise I'm dumping most of a cup just to make a full cup. I thought, no, I'll be alright. Yeah, I made the wrong judgment call. But like I say, projects I'm sewing up. Tomorrow is probably going to consist of a lot of just cleanup and putting stuff back day. Because my tools and stuff are a wreck. And then once I get all that stuff done and get everything back reorganized in there, then I'll show you what I've got going on in there, how I've got things. I've pretty well got things reorganized the way I want it. It somewhat makes sense. Well, actually, it don't somewhat. It does. It completely makes sense. I'm getting as much as I can that is not food out of the closet and mainly off the shelves in the closet, and making sure that anything in the closet on the shelves is food. All the other type of stuff like electronics, you name it, anything along those lines, the cooking stuff like the lantern, the Coleman stove, stuff like that, I've got in the kitchen now. Where I've got that rack, I've got a rack set up, and then I've got a coffee table that's set underneath of the rack that I'm using to put stuff. So after I get that reorganized, I'll shoot a video and show you how I've got that going, and just plugging at it. I'd like to see. I hope Amazon decides to run another good sale on their potato shreds. So I would definitely like to add some more of those into the mix. I'm going and looking. I want some potato shreds at a good price. Holy cow, Jen! I know we can't right at the moment, but they're and I'll let you guys know right now. Here, let me just bring it up in on you. Put it right in front of your face hole. There you go. Go get them. We don't have the funds at the moment, not right this moment, but right now, Amazon potato shreds, $8.78. Go grab them. Probably can only get 4. Yeah. So that's the deal. You can get a maximum of 4 cans. So. Yep. That kind of bites, Ming. Crazy times. But anywho, trying to think if there was anything else that stuck out. Not that I can think of. I can't remember Putin attacked more infrastructure or not. Nothing's ringing a bell, so. Let's see. Hang on a second. Fun times. I'm getting lost where I was at. Anyway, I was actually going to check something out. Let's see. Sorry, I got lost on my pages. I actually thought I closed the wrong one. Let me come back up. That's what I was trying to do. Plus, I was trying to make sure that I didn't get any screens up that I can't show you. There's stuff on my computer that you can't see, so related to the beta testing stuff, so that's all it is. Not top secret government spy stuff. Just beta testing stuff. But anywho, gotta keep those folks happy with me. I can't think of anything more as far as headlines that really stood out. So let me go ahead and I'll run into the headlines, get those down out of the way, and we'll I don't know. Tonight, let's do it. Hell with it. Tonight, let's go outside and run around the house screaming while we flail on. Why not? Okay, I've told you all the way up till now, don't do it. How about tonight we just let it all out and just say hell with it? Sound good? Make sure you have somebody video record it. I want to see that on YouTube. Anyway. Oh, I know another place too that were you here for the intro, Hexapoost? Did the intro music sound okay? But well, no, it wouldn't have because my damn slider was cranked up. Oh no, not on that one it wouldn't. Yeah, were you here during the intro? Did the intro music sound good or did it sound like hell? Let's see. Starting off here with Friday's headlines. U.S. strips Russia of market economy status. So, got a headline today about how the IMF is warning folks not to keep up the nonsense on Russia. So, top U.S. general pledges military aid to Taiwan. Trump slams Florida's DeSantis. I'm sure you guys have all heard about that. U.S. consumer prices continue to soar. And I'm going to back up, okay? I can't tell folks enough that this is a game. That you don't have a choice on really whether or not you want to play. I mean, you've got a choice if you want to play the game. However, you don't have a choice whether or not you're going to suffer the consequences of losing the game. That's all this is. It's games to these people. That's all it is. And I don't know, if Trump's planning on running, and so that's why he's kind of on DeSantis' back. Or I don't know if he wants to run, but because, DeSantis, in my opinion, would be a way better choice all the way around. I don't know. Who knows? U.S. consumer prices continue to soar. Oh, okay. The other thing I was going to point out about that is, folks, they want you divided. They want all of you divided. They want everybody divided. They don't just want the Republicans divided from the Democrats. They just don't want the Christians divided from the Muslims. They don't just want that. They want you all divided amongst yourselves. They want the conservatives divided amongst the conservatives, Republicans, because that's a different group, divided against the Republicans, the rhinos divided against the rhinos, and hell, we're still on the red team side. That's what they do. They've been doing it to the left, too. Take a look at what they've been doing. Look at Black Lives Matter. All of the people on the left that supported that, look what happened when all the frauds and stuff started to come out about that. All the information about all the houses and all that crap started to come out, and people are like, whoa, wait. There were a lot of people on the left that started to walk away from Black Lives Matter when that stuff came out. It's all sides. They're doing it. They're trying to divide us into as many different pieces as we can so that we all feel alone, we all feel powerless, and we all just give in. Just the truth. So, you can go every 2 years and play that game if you want, but it's not doing anything, and nothing's going to change, nothing's going to get better until we pick up something else. I don't know what else to say at this point. we're screwed. We're screwed. Got a government that's sending every dime that it can muster to other countries. Then turning around today and you have members of your government that is vowing their support for Taiwan and arming Taiwan after spending the billions that we spent so far in Ukraine. Going and casting a ballot every 2 years isn't going to fix a damn bit of that. Let's see. I don't know if I said that. I think I did that one. UK hiring freezes on recession fears. JP Morgan warns of Bitcoin crash. Oh yeah, I just looked up, that sucks. Pinched nerves. Is it a, shoulder, okay. Fortunately, it's not a sciatic, but I've had a pinched nerve in my shoulder, and it is not, it was in my shoulder, neck area. Holy cow, it wrapped all the way around into my chest, all the way down to my back. It hurt. Been there, done that. We were together when that happened, remember that? I think we were still in Mount Vernon, where out of the blue, my arm just started tearing me up. My neck and shoulder started tearing me up. Went down into my arm too. It sucked. Let's see. And it just eventually went away. JP Morgan warns of Bitcoin crash. Germany urges Hungary and Turkey to allow NATO expansion. U.S. doubts EU members resolve on Russia sanctions, says media. Japanese car maker leaving Russia. UK MP have list of colleagues suspected of bullying or sexual abuse, says media. Calls made for IRS probe into Biden policy. U.S. extends sanctions waiver on Russian energy transactions. Russian Defense Ministry issues update on Kherson withdrawal. White House divided on pushing for peace in Ukraine, says New York Times. Hungary warns about EU role in Ukraine. A London college apologizes for witch hunt sign. Kiev introduces new restrictions on the Russian language. Kremlin reacts to U.S. economic pressure. Global markets rally as China eases COVID restrictions. Justice Minister in Asian country quits over death penalty gaffe. A British economy edges closer to recession. Putin won't address G20 summit, says Kremlin. Airline allows male staff to wear makeup and carry handbags. Okay. UN issues alarming food security outlook. China responds to Biden's claim about ties with Moscow. Cost of Taiwan conflict revealed. Racist symbol found at Obama site. Kherson remains part of Russia despite withdrawal, says Kremlin. Polish nationalists demand loyalty from Ukrainians. A major crypto exchange goes bust. Oh, yeah, one other thing, too, aside from all of this. A while back, I had covered a story about a little lady, I can't remember the rest, or I would have continued on. Anyway, I covered a story about some gentlemen that were, hang on, I'm trying to be careful with my words. Traveling, yeah, just traveling. Some men that were traveling down the interstate highway, which is legal to do, they happened to be in possession of firearms, which was legal for them to do, and they were on mission with their militia, which is, legal to do. And they had stopped alongside the road to fuel up one of their vehicles, and an officer happened to be driving down the highway or interstate, happened to see them, and stop, for assistance. Yeah, for assistance. That's what it is. Safety assistance, yeah. Anyway, it's definitely not going on a fishing trip. No, never, no. Them are stellar people. They wouldn't do anything like that. They're fully constitutional. They would never go on a fishing trip, especially when they happen to see somewhat heavily armed black men fueling up a vehicle alongside the road. None of which, by the way, was illegal. You might remember them by their group's name, Rise of the Moors. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like them. I know a fair amount of people aren't going to like them because they're black. I know another fair amount of people aren't going to like them because of the word militia. But I honestly, personally think these are good men. I really do. That's why I covered the story back when it happened. And today, out of the bright blue sky, I got a notification that their YouTube channel went live. And so I took the opportunity to watch that live stream. And I believe they're all out. I assume that they all are all out, and I don't know, I didn't catch the very beginning of it, so I don't know if they've gotten off on all the charges, if they're still battling it out, but it's been some time. That's been a little while. I'd have to look that up. I know I got in trouble for one of the videos I did. Right of the Moors, July 7th, 2021. July 7th, 2021, I covered that. So, been a while. So I assume that they've gotten out. I don't know really any other details other than they are out, and I did want to report on that. So, glad they're out. I hope that the proper damages can be sought for their unlawful and illegal detainment. So, yeah, I'll stand behind them 110%. Let's see. Continuing on. I don't know where I left off. Did I say major crypto exchange goes bust? Because that's a big deal. Insurers demand clarity on Russian oil price cap, says Reuters. Let's see. Insurers demand clarity. Who would that? Twitter brings back official check mark. They'll probably quit it again tomorrow. Well, actually, they could have already quit it. This was the 11th. Fired official sues Vatican. Trump's rivals told to be ready for war, says media. Sheesh. Eco-activists fail to vandalize another masterpiece. Man, I really don't want him to run. Hey, what if that is all part of the plan? What if they plan on putting Trump and DeSantis in front of Red Team to divide the vote, to split the vote on purpose? On purpose. Definitely something to think about. Eco-activist fellow... Oh, I read that one. Superhero movies unlikely to be released in China, says media. That's because I can't say superhero right. Superhero! I don't know. I know. That's racist! No, it wasn't. Supposed to be fun, but I suck at impressions. Judge strikes down Biden's student debt relief program. U.S. state sues forever chemicals manufacturers. Former Russian space boss leads the Tsar wolves in Donbass. German MPs vote to keep nuclear plants running. Actually, Asian people and Russians are some of my favorite people on the planet. Russians are just real, for the most part, they're rough cut, they're no BS kind of people. I like that. It's in many Asian customs to be honorable and to be self-accountable, self-aware. Very important things in their cultures. I respect that. That's what I see, you know. There's nothing bad in that at all. I think that a culture of laziness, I don't know, it seems like the word platitude fits there. Does the word platitude fit there? I don't even know what the hell it means. But laziness and just complacency, I know that fits. I think people in the U.S., have some lessons to learn. And it's sad, but I think it's inevitable. Let's see. John Bolton mocks First Amendment as reporter detained. These folks don't care. They do not care. It's a game to them. Retired UK general calls for a second Cold War. Ex-UK mercenary heads back to Ukraine after escaping the death penalty. Screeching protesters interrupt Biden's speech. Aww. Western powers want uranium traces in Iran explained, says Reuters. NATO hopeful reveals stance on hosting nuclear arms. Biden border chief refuses to sign... I'll get it right. Let me try that again. Biden's border chief refuses to resign, says media. Ukraine builds wall at border with Belarus. So, walls work in Ukraine? I'm just taking a poll. Walls, Ukraine, good. Walls, southern border, bad. I'm still trying to figure this out. Let's see. Biden's siblings banned from Russia. Well, I'm sure that they're just terribly upset about that. U.S. and UK troops trained to pacify Russian civilians, says media. U.S. sets conditions for India to keep buying Russian oil. Yeah, like they want their cut. China warns U.S. not to disclose details of Xi-Biden talks. That's what I was talking about. By the way, we're on yesterday's news now, Saturday's news. That's what I was talking about. I'm just really wondering. Republican scores win in battleground state. Pakistan keen to trade in national currencies with Russia, says an official. Oh yeah, there was another thing. I did do a lot of flight sim on the days off. The 40th anniversary came out for Microsoft Flight Sim, and I did do a fair amount of flying. So much of it in a DC-3. Oh, I love DC-3s. If I want to fly a slow hunk of crap, the DC-3 is my go-to plane. I call it that, but I love it. I love the plane, but it's a slow hunk of crap. No, actually, it's probably one of the most proven aircraft in the world. Let's see. Pakistan keen to trade in national currencies with Russia, says an official. Trump attacks another possible 2024 rival. By the way, again, this is yesterday's news. Inflation in Germany, highest since reunification. London Exchange won't ban Russian metals. Alec Baldwin sues Rust film crew. Spiraling inflation cools Norway's economy. EU anxious to diffuse tensions between key members. First batch of blocked Russian fertilizers allowed to leave EU port. A New Delhi may sue Berlin over undelivered LNG, says Bloomberg. Kherson region names provisional capital. UK and EU to try to isolate Russia at G20 summit, says the Telegraph. Chinese Singles Day sales tops 1 trillion won. Trump claims election fraud in Arizona. Russia stands alone against NATO, says ex-president. West attacks Russia without limits, says Erdogan. Turkey appoints first envoy to Israel in 4 years. Pentagon sued over HIV ban. Biden confuses countries again. Is that like even news anymore, or is that just another day? That was probably just this Saturday. Hundreds of millions vanish from collapsed cryptocurrency giant. Imagine that. Who'd have thunk it? I'm telling you, I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Republicans prefer a Trump rival for 2024, says a poll. Ukrainian top diplomat comments on possible meeting with Russian FM. A Ukrainian zombified by propaganda, says Tsarwolf's chief. U.S. state legalizes magic mushrooms. Let's see. White House launches Climate Gender Equity Fund. Ridiculous. Climate Gender Equity Fund. It's just ridiculous. It's like, okay, what's the most freaking ridiculous thing that we could make a special position for? And go. That's what they do. It's ridiculous. Climate Gender Equity Fund. You know, for the climate change that they're bullshitting you about, they gotta bullshit you about some gender inequality among the climate change. The clouds. Damn the patriarch clouds. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. Anyway. It just took over. Another Ukrainian soldier spotted with Nazi insignia. New COVID-19 variants dodge immunity, says studies. Pentagon's mystery space drone sets record. That's really not anything impressive compared to Bezos's mystery space dong. I mean, you know. U.S. intel report vilifies key ally, says Washington Post. Putin holds space tongue. He should have just named it that, right? Should have just named it Space Tongue, right? From the beginning. Why not? I mean, let's see. Putin holds talks with Iranian leader. Democrats projected to keep control of the Senate. Speaking of that, I wonder where that nonsense crap is. That's not it. That's what I wanted. I wanted the erection map. The erection map. Yeah, so we're stuck at 48-48 on the Senate right this moment. House. And then governor. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all. As in, when I say you all, I'm talking about Google, ScrewTube, Twitter, I don't care, Facebook, all of you. I ain't buying it. And I'm not political. I'm not into this nonsense. The last thing you'll see me waste my time doing is getting involved in this bullshit. However, I'm not buying this Google, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Not for a second. Just saying. I have my opinion, right? Right? I'm not saying that there was funny business. I'm saying my opinion is I'm not buying it. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Biden has stronger mandate to confront China's Z. Dude, you don't even have a stronger bladder. What the hell are you talking about? Developing nations demand rich countries pay for climate change. Yeah. Call it reparations on the climatations. Yeah. We'll do rainbows and we'll have flags and we'll make special national days. It'll be fun. I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe I celebrated the legalization of magic mushrooms. No, because this is Illinois and that's Colorado. Anyway, rising EU energy costs spark wood theft. Says me, I hate it. I cannot stand it when I wake up in the morning and my morning wood is missing. Ruins my entire day to wake up to no morning wood. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with me. My mind just packed it up and went the hell out the door. Alright, we did cross over, I know, the Rubicon among many things, but we also crossed over onto today's news, so, I really do miss not necessarily the news from HBO many years ago. That was so freaking hilarious. Let's see. U.S. warplanes generally fail to meet performance goals, says a report. France issues warning to Italy over migrants. Let's see. UK blames Russia for recession. Russia boosts forex reserves. Damage to key dam from Ukrainian strikes revealed. Chinese cars taking Russia by storm, says the media. NATO seeks militarization of Asia Pacific, says Moscow. headline up there. Let's I'm tweeting it out real quick so it's up there at the top of the list when we get there. Russia seeks SWIFT reconnection for grain exports. French FM calls for more EU autonomy from the U.S. Cost of fighting COVID in Russia revealed. U.S. expects to trap Russia with oil price cap. India to double trade with Russia, says media. This is the one headline I mentioned earlier. IMF boss warns U.S. against building economic barriers, and they're meaning essentially against Russia and China as things progress there as well. Explosion rocks central Istanbul, says reports. U.S. Border Protection Chief resigns after refusing to resign. So he resigned. Let's see. U.S. expects Ukrainian conflict to stall during the winter, says New York Times. Now, if he comes back and then resigns again, then that means he re-resigned. But drug cartels, not Putin, are public enemy number one, says U.S. Congresswoman. Germany pledges to avoid stupid trade with China. And by the way, I know the U.S. expects the Ukrainian conflict to kind of die off because of winter. I don't think it's going to. Not when you've got a military that has been pretty consistently training in cold weather. Let's see. Erdogan condemns treacherous deadly attack in Istanbul. I don't think weather is going to, just make Putin decide, bad idea anyway, and go home. I really don't think so. Biden and Z to meet in search of red lines. Okay. Probably going to be searching each other red rockets, but that's a whole subject we're not getting into. FBI admits flirting with banned spyware, says New York Times. Twitter acts as contractors as downsizing continues, says the media. Anti-Russia sanctions may extend beyond Ukraine crisis, says U.S. official. Spanish college scraps exhibition of photos by Ukrainian Azov fighter. Japan accuses neighbor of violating its sovereignty. Failed crypto exchange was a money laundering op, says a report. And I think they're going to use that to come down on cryptos. G20 host urges West to soften anti-Russia rhetoric, says Politico. Scholes hopes Putin will change his mind on attending G20. U.S. Senator threatens Elon Musk. Israel strikes Syrian airbase, says state media. U.S. lawmaker race to arm Taiwan, says media. That's what I was talking about. It's insane. Turkey suspects Kurdish terrorists behind Istanbul bombing. And that's the headline. There's a lot of folks that really want war. And I don't care if it's with Russia, if it's with China, or Iran, or whoever the hell, they just want war. Because they, and friends of they, make a lot of money from it. Also, the only way you can right this economic ship that we're on is a war. Plain and simple. Economically, we've been in a lot of the same situations that we are today back during the times World War I, World War II. Global recessions and depressions tend to lead to global conflict. And I think that's where we stand. All we can do is keep pushing forward. Keep doing it. Keep pushing forward the best you can. All you can do. Anyway, I am going to get out of here and chillax. I hope you all have a good evening. God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. If I do have audio problems, I'm going to double check. And if it is still happening, I will get on it and get that fixed for tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you all have a good night. Hope to see you tomorrow night. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.